Okay, hello. Bear with me just a moment while I set things up. We are here. It's finally time. We're gonna finish this, I think. I leave the option open that if it takes like way too long, but I think we're coming up on the end of Heavy Rain, David Cage's glorious masterpiece of just basically the perfect mystery. There's never been one anywhere near as good. So yeah, I don't know. It's coming up. We're coming on the end. It kind of felt like it was really. Hold on. There we go. Kind of felt like it was spinning its wheels a bit in the last part. It kind of got to, all of these games seem to get to the point where you follow so many characters, and you only really need like two of them at most, maybe just one. And that's definitely where we're at. It started like repeating things like the name of the brother of a boy who died in a similar way that's leading to the origami killer murders. It was, I believe it was John Shepard who died. We don't know the name of the brother who survived and is presumably origami killing. But like 3 different characters got that name last time. You know, just in case you missed it. Just in case. Because you can miss it. You can miss it if you're not good at Heavy Rain. You can miss all the clues. Let me see if I can remember where we were at. It was before this. Yeah, okay. Okay, so what was... Right, so we started here. It's the shark, which is one of the pieces of origami that Ethan got. It was like, hey, there's this, go to this address and murder a guy. And so we did. And it started off like, I'm a drug dealer, also I've got a shotgun, and fuck you, blah, blam, blam, blam. And then once he ran out of blams, he was like, oh, actually, I've got like daughters. You know, I have children, so, you know, don't kill me. It didn't work. We went to the dock with Madison. She, it seems like there was an option to get drugged, but we didn't get drugged. Instead, we poked around the place and then got hit with a baseball bat and woke up in the Colin Mockery's torture dungeon. And there was a fight, you know. Hit some buttons and get out of trouble, and then she left, and nobody ever mentioned any of it again. We went to Mad Jack, which is he seems to run a junkyard for cars. He gave out a car to the origami killer or something like that. I don't know. I don't think I actually found all the clues, but Mad Jack attacked, and we almost beat him. This was Norman, of course. Almost beat him, but then Norman got a craven to take a trip to wherever, and he dropped his gun, and then there was more fight, and then we were thrown at a crusher, but we got out just barely in time. And then Mad Jack himself got crushed under a piece of construction equipment. So that happened, and Norman's body count continues to go up. Eureka, we went to Scott and Lauren went to Scott's apartment, and Lauren took a shower so that she could wear an extremely loose-fitting bathrobe, and while we made eggs, and they were such beautiful eggs, and then she didn't eat the eggs because she had a Eureka moment and realized, oh, maybe we can cross-reference the clues we've got, and eventually it led to the cemetery where we tried to find the John Shepard's grave. And we found it. and then some guy just showed up with the story of the twins. I guess they were twins. I didn't notice that. Fraternal twins, I guess. But John Shepard and his brother, we were playing the brother, running around a construction site, and then tragedy struck. And he fell in the water. John Shepard fell in the water and drowned. And after that, we saw there was way back earlier, this Kramer guy is like the son of just a high-class person. I forget, like real estate mogul or something. But we saw his father putting flowers on John Shepard's grave, and we were like, oh. And that's as far as that went. Sexy girl, of course, who could forget. Madison went to a dance club, and in order to talk to the owner of the dance club, who is suspicious, she had to ruin her outfit and then dance real sexy, and she got taken up to his private room where he told her to strip, and then she hit him with a lamp. I guess there are various amounts of stripping that you can do before you beat him up, and then she squeezed his testicles for a while until I believe he also gave the name of John Shepard, so that's where she got it. Fish Tank, we were playing Norman again. We went to the same club at just after Madison had been there, and he went up to the private room, but oops, the owner was dead, and no big loss really. He was dead, and some guy was there, probably the origami killer, and we had a big long fight, and eventually ripped off his pocket, I guess, near the very end of it. But the guy got away, and we investigated for a little bit, and presumably that'll come up. We'll find out where that went the next time we play as him. But we went back to Ethan to his motel room. He almost had sex with Madison. I pressed the "don't do that" button, and so she went down, then found out that the cops were there to catch him, and so she called him, and he had a long chase scene with the cops. Eventually fell off the roof, landed on a truck or something, and rolled off, and then stole a taxi cab, and he is now on the loose. And next up is Trapped here. So I've been thinking about, the mystery and what's going on. Obviously, the real estate guy, or whatever he does, Kramer Sr., he is obviously suspicious, but Norman, Agent Norman Jaden, he is a well-known drug addict, and if I'm thinking real stupid, it's entirely possible he's hallucinating a lot. So I'm thinking maybe some other things. He's also murdered like several people in the process of this. So I'm thinking it's possible that he is maybe not aware, but also secretly the killer. He's doing it. That's my best guess for what's going on. But for now, let us continue, where Scott is going to be trapped. He should be staring at us any second now. There he is. Hi. Okay, we are back, I guess. Never saw this hallway before, but judging from the thumbnail, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's his place. Oh, also it's on the door, I guess. And the doorknob's in the middle? Does that happen outside of Europe?
Lord?
I'm sorry, Scott.
What?
You should have listened to me, Mr. Shelby. I told you to drop the investigation.
Your son is a serial killer. How many people does he have to kill before you turn him in?
Gordy has his faults, but he's still my son. You have no children, Mr. Shelby. You can't possibly understand.
You're right, I don't understand anything that's going on here. Wasn't she with him?
Your investigation is over. For good.
How much time has passed? Oh, well, whatever. We got more important problems.
Lauren! Shit.
Okay, how are we gonna get both of us out of this?
Lauren! Lauren, wake up! Lauren!
Shaking the controller. Can I get out? Does not seem like that's working. Okay. I'm gonna... Great. That really helped. Okay, I see what's going on here. No, that's down. That's not controller. Okay. Gonna cut this rope. Hold it. Hold this. Oh, nope. Hold it and press this a whole bunch. It's been a little bit since I played Heavy Rain. I'm running quite low on time here. Up. There we go. Alright. I'll cut her loose, probably. That's probably going to be my top priority. Or wake her up, I guess.
Lauren! Lauren, wake up! Lauren!
Okay, now I can undo hers. There we go. Okay, no, that's... I would have liked to know that's what I was doing, because I didn't want to do that. Okay, Lauren, let's go. This seems like a real bad plan. This is... Hope you're not breathing right now. Well, we got out. At least one of us. I think that's enough. We should make sure she's breathing. Scott, stop. Please make sure she's breathing. She's okay.
I was gonna take up swimming again. This isn't exactly what I had in mind. You got a car back at your place? Mine's obviously pretty fucked up.
Yeah, sure. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go settle a few scores.
That was
Come on,
dull.
I'll take you home. Oh, lock your doors and windows and don't let anybody in but me. Okay?
Be careful, Scott. I don't want to lose you.
Okay. Oh yeah, they're in a romance now. It's barely mentioned. I guess that's what they're doing. She seemed remarkably okay with being left behind, considering the last time they separated, she ended up, you know, in a sunken car, dying and all of that. There we go. Yeah, cool guy. Maybe you should wear your seatbelt when you're doing stuff like that. I mean, don't do stuff like that, but you know what I mean. Oh, hell yeah. All right, that is 3 characters with a rapidly increasing body count. Holy crap, dude. Thank goodness we definitely know that this guy's son is definitely the origami killer. Holy crap. I have actually lost count. Scott is definitely the winner in people unjustly killed.
Stay back! Don't come near me, or I'll shoot!
Fucking asshole.
Please.
I didn't give him time to tell me not to hurt him before I hurt him. Sure.
Your idiot son killed all those kids, didn't he? He's the origami killer.
No! No! He's innocent! He's not a killer! Not a killer!
Left, I guess.
Oh!
You're a fucking liar. Now tell me the truth.
No! No, please! Don't hurt me!
Last chance.
I don't know! I swear! I don't know anything! Oh! Oh!
Okay.
Stop! I beg you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything.
Okay. Tell me.
Gordy always wanted his fun, you know. He wanted to be like the origami killer. He kidnapped that kid and he held him under the water for a little too long. It was an accident. An unfortunate accident. He just wanted to play.
That's not what an accident is.
He was crying. He was so sorry for what had happened. Whatever he did, Gordy is my son.
That's not how accidents work.
No one will miss him.
What?
That boy, Gordy killed. No one will miss him. He was street trash like so many others.
Here we go.
You disgusting pile of shit.
John Shepard.
And what about John Shepard? Why did you put flowers on his grave?
I own the construction site where he died. I never forgot. I've been putting flowers on his grave for 30 years.
Even though he's just street trash, he was just street trash.
John had a twin brother. What happened to him?
I don't know. He was adopted, I think. His mother should know. Her name is Anne. Anne Shepard.
My heart! My heart! Quickly! I need my pills. In that drawer. There.
All right, but this is not because I like you, because I'm a badass and all that. But you did give me the information I wanted, I guess. So, you get your pills. Even trade. Even trade. I beat you up for information, and then
Thank you.
you give me the information, and I give you the pills you need to not have a heart attack from me
already
beating the shit
regret
out of you. Oh god, that guy died. That guy got stuck mid-fall. Well, good thing none of them mattered. None of those are people. Look at them. They were wearing sunglasses and suits. Meanwhile, at the geriatric ward. Okay. Thoughts? What am I doing here?
Shepard died 30 years ago.
Yes.
Hope his mother has all the answers to this puzzle.
That's what we're doing.
Only
Okay.
a few hours left before Sean Mars dies. Hope I'm not wasting my time.
Hello, where's
Hello, I'm
Ann
looking
Shepard?
for Ann Shepard's room. Please sign the visitor's book.
Yeah, sure.
Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor.
Yeah,
no one ever
you
comes
should
to see her.
you should really.
With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her. You know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Thank you.
You really should not let people in when you ask if they're family and they say something like that. Hello. Hello. No snacks. Only truth. All right, room 19 at the end. I could press this button and she could tell me. Sometimes it'll tell you what you need to do. Sometimes it doesn't. I picked a flower for you. Maybe down. There it is. No, I looked at a flower for you. Okay. I noticed that was stopping about 98% of the way down, so I hope that does not continue to be a thing. Excuse me. Sort of a family member kind of coming through.
Hello, Mrs. Shepard.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Shepard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here...
Hi.
My name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I'd like to ask you some questions about your son.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
Okay, I guess I can go walk around. It's John's brother?
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
It's Carnaby
I know
Square.
what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Okay, so what about foster family?
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know.
Yeah.
They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of
Yeah,
television.
you're just dodging the question. All right. We're gonna
Mrs.
make you
Shepard,
talk.
Your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
What's the most likely thing to make her upset? Your son is
Your son is
guilty.
in trouble, Mrs. Shepard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
He never came to see me. Can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
How about your
Your
second
other
son?
Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother.
What
What was his name?
Cooling. There we go.
What other son?
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I have no other son. I never had any children.
John?
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy,
I'm surprised it let me go through all of those. Okay.
You
How
don't
about
seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Shepard.
No, but I love them. My son knows that I love flowers. I know he'll bring me some.
Okay. Snooping. Snoop, snoop, snoop. Snoop, snoop,
Are
snoop.
these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them, always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
So he's gonna have kept his first name, and they'll be like extremely shocked, like, oh my
Did
gosh,
you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals.
my second
They
son,
played with them for hours.
Norman.
I showed my boys how
Something
to
like
make
that.
them, you know.
Maybe not him.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Shepherd. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son, my little Johnny.
Hey, do you like some origami? Oh God. Hummingbird. What should I make? What should I make? Dog? Frog? I don't know what I should make. I guess a hummingbird. Let's do it. Oh God. Oh God. How? Okay. Okay, it's just 2 at a time. That's fine.
I love origami, but that's not my favorite one.
It's probably the dog. Alright, let's do it. The dog is the one that we saw before that Ethan was holding. Let's do it. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, so it's triangle. The way I am contorting my fingers to do this is quite terrible. There we go. R1. No, R1. Still going.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max? All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real funny. Okay. Sit down and... Nope. Okay. So I made a dog. Now what? Do I go get a flower? Maybe? What do I do?
It'd take days, if not longer, to find the name of the family that adopted her son. Sean Mars would be dead by then.
Yep. Okay. Reminders.
Memory is coming back. Don't stop now. Just remember. All right. No point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here. This woman might be the origami killer's mother.
Okay.
Must be some way to get her to remember.
I'm gonna go into the hallway. Well, let's check the bathroom real quick. Yep, that's me. Yep, still got a face. Yep, 100% face. Got it. Let's go. I'm gonna go into the hallway and try to grab one of those flowers. Hopefully the scene doesn't end. Okay, we're still going. Might be good. Memory? Let's get a flower. No? Yes, there we go. Wow. I'm so smart. No, I don't need any help. I got this. Me, Madison Page. I got this. I have the cure for Alzheimer's.
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave. I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
But I loved him. If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne.
It's going to be in that
What was
locket.
his name?
Come closer.
Okay. What you gonna do? Yell at me? Oh no. It's just gonna be a secret from me. Not her, only me. Okay, fine. I guess that's how we're gonna play this, Heavy Rain. God damn it. This stupid game. Right, we are in red. We need to go to white. This place is hideous. And we are going extremely slow because Ethan suffered quite grievous injuries. And thanks to those injuries, he gets to start tripping just in time for the finale. Oh boy. So we got a bottle there. We got what? Some paintings, I guess. No, that's all video monitors. Okay. All right, cameras. Ooh, come on. Cameras all around. We got one chair. Sit in the chair. Just find out what the chair button is, which I can't really see. Is that? There we go. All right, and let's just think about origami.
The last origami figure. The last trial.
Yep,
The last origami figure. The last trial.
that's where we are. Also, Sean absolutely, definitely would have drowned by now. Like, even if it's not, like, as high as his face, the water is not as high as his face. Like, that kid is not standing up straight for 4 days. That's, I don't think that's possible.
The last trial. The last question. Are you prepared to give your life to save your sons? There is a deadly poison in this vial. It will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. If you drink it, you will get the last letters of the
That's
address.
very specific.
You will have enough time to save your son and say goodbye to him, but then you will die. You can drink the vial or decide to leave. The choice is yours.
Well, Ethan's come this far. Also, yeah, it will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. That's like Danganronpa level specific poison. But okay. What is a hole? Just look. No, let's Is that examine? There we go. Let's look at it. Well, I guess we're doing this.
The last letters have been sent to your phone.
Okay. This is very dramatic, but I just realized something. And I need to check. Oh, yeah. Great. Okay. Sorry. No, that's not the right button. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that.
I did what I had to, Sean. Your dad's coming to save you.
So this is just the part of the game where it just doesn't tell me anything so that it can be a real shocking surprise. Apparently. Anyway, Ethan only has 1 hour, so we got to be getting near the end. Maybe it will actually finish tonight. Yeah, I know, Norman. I've spent so much time with you, so much joy and loss, and I'm ready. I'm ready for us to go home. Oh, thank God. I don't know why that took so long. Oh, you look so cool when you're doing that.
More hours left to save Sean Mars. There has to be a goddamn clue somewhere. It's probably staring me in the face. This kid's gonna die, and I'm going around in circles.
Mm-hmm. That's the plot.
All packed up and ready to go?
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it. We no longer need your services anymore, Norman. So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
Blake,
I thought we were
you
friends.
Are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the origami killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back, Norman.
So are we going to go into the fact that he totally escaped right under your nose? No. Nope, we're just going to take a trip. Okay.
The killer's name is here. Somewhere in this data. I just have to find it. Find it before it's too late.
Okay.
Oh, one last thing, sir.
Yes?
You should be careful not to overindulge in you-know-what. It can be dangerous.
Way too late.
Very dangerous. It'll end up killing you if you're not careful.
I kind of want to
That
do
would
this
leave
in the
most
lounge,
unfortunate,
honestly,
sir.
instead of the forest. Okay, so let's start with the clues. I believe we got... Unfortunately, it looks like we were supposed to find a skull in Mad Jack's junkyard. Totally didn't do that. Okay.
2 receipts from the same gas station. Might be near the killer's home.
Okay. Guess we got that from the pocket.
Ugh, that doesn't get us anywhere.
Let's geolocate.
The killer lives in this zone.
That
342
zone.
people live around there. Not good enough. Gotta find a means of identifying the killer more precisely.
Okay, what about the car? You found a car, right? You identified
Harry
a
was
car.
in record mode when I was fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on it.
This scene is not doing wonders for the Ryzen today. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay, so I guess we have a recording, so there definitely was a second person there. Stop. Pause. I don't... Ooh, I don't know what I'm looking for here. Wait. Did it... cut suddenly? It did, didn't it? Okay, so if I pause... Okay. Okay, so I can analyze whenever. I don't know what I'm looking for, though. And I can't... This is... The controls of this video are terrible. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Apparently you have to manually rewind the entire thing. That really looks like it's cutting. Okay, rewind. Okay. This is the start. Is that... No, that's his leg, isn't it? Analysis impossible. Great. What am I analyzing? What is the goal here? Can I analyze you? Sword. Analyzing the sword. Okay. We found the sword. Can I analyze the sword? What is the sword a clue now? What is it? What am I doing? Okay, trying again. Why does it change? Okay, sword. I can analyze the sword.
The sword was already in Paco's office.
Yes.
It's got nothing to do with the killer.
Great. there anything else? No, just the sword. Okay. I know there's more recording than this. Come on. Okay, let's go back before he grabs the sword. Okay, I'm gonna try and pause it right there where he... Ah. Nothing. Watch.
Old watch. I'm sure I've seen this before.
There we go. It was Larry. Larry the whole time. All right, finally found something. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember. Thank you.
The watch they give for promotions to lieutenant. The killer is a cop.
Okay. Great. Got a question mark over here. What's the question mark?
Looks like the killer.
The killer is or was a cop.
Carter Blake. That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Mars.
Let's keep going. Okay, we got an origami dog, got an orchid. Okay, let's check the gas receipts. Because if we can geoanalyze this, is Blake's house there? Can I geoanalysis him? There we go.
A cop. There's only one cop in that geoprofiling zone. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, that's how investigations
he owns a warehouse
work.
On the docks. If I'm wrong, Sean Mars is dead.
What? What? Blake owns a warehouse? What? Hey, it's cool that you own a warehouse, I guess. What? Okay. Guess we're not questioning it. Oop. Is it? Okay.
Let me stay with you, Scott. I don't want to go.
Look, it'll only take a couple of days. Long enough to get this resolved.
I can't just wait while you confront my son's killer.
It's the only way, Lauren. Trust me. Now go stay with your mother for a few days, and I'll come and get you when this is all over.
Tell me who the origami killer is. I want to know who killed my son.
That was not the stream, by the way. That was just the game.
Listen, when I'm done, I'll tell you everything I know. I promise.
He also doesn't know anything. Oh, here we go.
Turn on, John. I'll get help. Just turn on. Go on, hurry. I think the water's rising. I'm hurrying. I'll be right back.
This did kind of cut weird. It just kind of stopped and there was like, and Buddy didn't get help. So, that's, Mom?
Mom's work is too far away. I'd never make it in time. Hold on, bro. I'll find someone.
Dad?
Then we'll come back.
Camera's
and save
pointing
you.
this way. Yeah, there's his house.
Dad, I've got to get Dad. He's
His
the only
trailer.
one who can save John. Gotta move.
Okay, fast.
Need to get help fast.
Yeah.
John's gonna drown. John's gonna drown.
I gotta jog lightly very fast. Dad.
frontless, greedy mouth to feed.
Wow.
Go away.
Please, Dad, I'm begging you. John's gonna die. John's gonna die, Dad.
Tell ya? Scrap!
Please, please, Dad. You've got to save John. I tried, John. I really tried. But he wouldn't come. Please don't die, John. Please. Don't forget about Scotty.
Kill a whole bunch of other kids for me. Scotty. Scott. Oh, yeah. Okay. Welp. He seemed too old. Well. Alright, I guess we've got our origami killer. Origami killer. Well, that romance was already weird, and it just got a lot weirder. Mm-hmm. Or it wasn't him, but it's somebody who knows what's going on. That's also possible. But I guess we're just setting fire to everything. All the clues. This clue? Yeah. This letter? This letter to Alan Winter? Yeah, no, it's in the fire. Yep, I remember that. I remember when he just sort of disregarded it. Okay. This box. A box from the gas station. It's a firebox now. Yep. That's the one. Thanks for the evidence, I guess. Phone? We're gonna get a flashback for that phone? Okay. Right. Okay. Okay, next up, I think he would burn that photo last. So let's burn the journal. All the notes. There it goes. Ah. Okay. You know, if you're able to drown in that scene where he's in a car underwater, that's real weird. I need to go look up and see if Scott can die at any point. There he goes. Okay, so I guess they just pretended this part didn't happen, huh? Okay. There's the photo, the final proof. You got there too late. We already got that information. Being the origami killer's hard work. And so where does this turn into murdering a whole bunch of children? I'm still kind of lost on that part. Like, if anything, he should be murdering deadbeat dads. Boy, you just really like just walking right into bear traps, don't you, Madison? Be careful.
Might be here. I better be careful.
And way too late for that.
I should have informed the police.
Yeah, you should.
But I had no proof. Just the statement of an old woman who's lost her memory.
Scott, why do you own a warehouse?
Let's hope he's not home. If he's in his apartment, I'll pretend I got the wrong floor. The moment of truth. If Ann Shepard gave me the right name, the origami killer lives here.
Okay, I guess, we're going in? No, it's locked. What? Oh. I've never seen a doorknob in the center of the door in the United States. What's down? Lockpicking? Yeah. There we go. Tasks all, upstanding. What is that? What do you want? I have no idea what it wants me to do here. Hit down, no. Up. No? What is that? Do I keep it here? No? Heavy rain, what is that? Never, this is the first time I've seen this. It's just, Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. If I just push down just a little bit. Up and, up. It is up and down. Okay, and left and right. Okay. There we go.
Lost your touch, girl.
Yeah, you haven't lost it even a little bit. Nope.
The origami killer's apartment.
Yep.
There must be something that'll tell me where Sean Mars is.
I kind of wish I'd accused Blake. Like, I knew it wasn't. I suspected it wasn't gonna happen, but that would have been fun.
That's where the smell of burning comes from. Evidence going up in smoke.
I mean, we can. I guess you could assume that. Kind of could have been anything, really. What's in here? Body?
A cop's uniform. Always trust a cop. That's why children went with him. He was dressed as a cop.
Okay. And we find the secret panel immediately? Okay. Well, that was fast. That was like the first thing I checked. Okay. Oh, it's the orchids. Okay.
This is where he cultivated the orchids that he left on the chest of his victims.
Yep. Okay,
Sean Mars. Oh, the lunatic's been watching him drown. But it's some kind of a well filling up with rain, slowly drowning him.
yeah,
There's not much time left. There must be something here showing where the well is.
Okay, that didn't look like there was any time left, but I guess that's fine. Okay. More origami. And what's on the typewriter? What's on the typewriter? What's on the typewriter? She really does not want to look at that typewriter. There we go. Parents came from church. All their children were gone. They searched and called for them. They cried and begged, but it was all to no avail. The children have never been seen again. Okay. Glad that was so hard to see.
Shit, it needs a password.
Lauren? John? Nope. Rain? Heavy rain. Origami killer. Oh, it's Max. It's Max.
Got it. Max. The name John gave to his paper dogs when he was a child.
Yes, we were just there.
What is that?
That just happened.
An address. It's gotta be where Sean Mars is. Hurry. There's no time to lose.
What? Wait, there were no more it was... You really couldn't have figured out from 852 blank Roosevelt Road? Ethan, you idiot. Alright, well, he's not the only idiot.
So you found my little secret?
Yep.
It's over, Scott. All those children killed just to find a father capable of saving his son?
Shut up! You don't understand.
Correct.
There's one child left. There might still be time to save him. Let him go. Do what your father couldn't do.
Get in there.
Okay. Sure. It's not so bad, really. It's over here. Nothing. That's better than just getting shot immediately. Nothing? Okay. What about this, thingy? I was not paying attention. On the right. No. No. What about here? No. One of these is gonna work. Left. There we go. Thanks for leaving me in a room I can break out of. I'm gonna guess this isn't gonna work. A pipe? Maybe I can grab a towel or something? No. Shower curtain? What?
Wet clothes will give me a better chance of surviving.
What? Why? What? Oh. Apparently there's a fire. Sure. Okay, Heavy Rain. Let's do it. Up. Okay, I gotta concentrate. 'Cause this is actually dangerous. How do I help? Okay, tip this over onto the fire and then climb over that. Is that what we're doing? No, okay, no, we're squeezing past that. Okay. No, slow. Shit. Backdraft.
Way too high. I'll kill myself if I jump. I gotta find something else.
Okay. Let's let's find something better, maybe. I should have known the backdraft would happen. I played a visual novel all about firefighters. It's Root Double. It's actually pretty good. Anyway. Can I jump out of this window? Slowly. There we go.
It's way too high. I'll kill myself if I jump. I gotta find something else.
Nope. Nope. Find something else. What about you? Tip you over and jump over that. Yeah. And go. No, shit. Okay, need to not be on fire. We need very badly to not be on fire. Okay, not on fire. Good, good. Only a little fire. That was the exit. It is, of course, locked. Maybe I can... I believe this is the kitchen over here? No. Okay, now can I go out? Please, please. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's all smoke. Okay. I have been in here way too long. No, what? All right, let's get out of here.
This is way too high. I'm gonna kill myself. There must be another way.
Okay, that timer is suggesting there might not be another way. Shit, what? Chair, table. Was just hiding? No, bad. Okay, what about this chair? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm dying of smoke inhalation or anything like that. Maybe this is the window that'll do it. Look. Is this gonna do it? Okay. This is bad. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's good enough. Call Ethan?
I know where Sean is. I've got to tell Ethan.
Change mind? Wait, it's call Jaden.
I know where
call
Sean
the cops.
Mars is. I've got to call that FBI guy, Jaden.
He also
He's the only
knows.
one I can trust. He'll be able to save him.
Did she ever meet him? Hold on. I'm trying to remember. I don't recall her ever meeting him. Maybe she did. I was supposed to call one of them. I guess this would be to call Ethan if you didn't drink the poison, then he'd be able to just go there, but it's a little late for that. Yeah, I'll call Jaden. Okay. Let's do it.
My name is Madison Page. You don't know me. I'm a journalist. We don't have much time, so listen carefully. Ethan Mars is innocent. The killer's name is Scott Shelby. Sean Mars is at 852 Theodore Roosevelt Road. Have you got all that?
Wait, I know this already. I'm on my way to the warehouse. I gotta go.
Oh, if I could tell Ethan the name of the Well, too late now. Ethan doesn't know his name. Well, it's probably fine. And Sean? I think that's Sean. I haven't gotten a look quite that close at Sean before. It's also been a while. Mm-hmm. Definitely should have called Ethan. Oh well, too late. It would make sense to call the FBI. That was a good choice. Not knowing what's going on in the other three plot lines. So you're looking for a good father, and you do it by making him drink.
Sean!
I mean, it might just not be poison. I don't know. Sean! I don't know. Killing the father seems... Killing the father that goes through all of the shit that he needs seems messed up. Sean? Yeah, this looks like Sean Hole.
I've been looking for a long time, Ethan.
Alright, I guess...
Looking for a father.
I guess we didn't need to know his name.
What mine could not do. Sacrifice himself in order to save his son.
Or, you know, like, try at all.
Oh, I searched. And then I remembered you.
All those murders, just to find a father capable of saving his son.
Just to find a father? Do you have any idea how it feels to be a worthless nothing in your father's eyes? Believe me, I've suffered just as much as my victims.
Uh-huh.
I finished your damn trials. Now give me back my son!
He's there. All you have to do is open that grate.
And... There we go. I do not see him in there. I do not see him in that grate. Oh, there he is. I don't think that's gonna help, but okay. That's a big lock. That's real big. Alright, need to find something. Smash it.
I'll get you out of there, Sean.
Pipe. Good enough? Get some leverage. No? Not good enough? There it is. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, dear. Sean is not looking too good. And his face is above water, so it might be okay. He's looking real bad, though. Better give CPR. I just saw that in Trails of Cold Steel. And that's just gonna happen off screen. Okay. Gotta pay attention. He's gonna jump me. Oh, there was no button press. He was just gonna jump me. Down. There we go. I doubt there's much room for error on this one. Shake. Oh boy. This is how we end this, huh? Just throwing trash at you on a conveyor belt. This is actually reminding me of that scene in Indigo Prophecy where your entire apartment attacks you. Just one piece at a time, and it just never stops.
Take your positions. Suspect is likely to be armed and dangerous. All personnel are ordered to shoot to kill. I repeat, shoot to kill. Ash, are the snipers in position?
Yes, Lieutenant. They're ready on your command.
And the journalist is here too.
He won't get away this time. We'll gun him down as soon as he shows his face.
All right, I think we're on track for the good ending. Despite everything.
You there? What are you doing?
Intruding.
Lieutenant, my name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I have proof that Ethan Mars is innocent. He's not the origami killer.
What is a journalist doing here? I thought I told everybody to keep their mouths shut. Now get her out of here. I don't want her getting in the way.
Okay, Lieutenant. All right.
I don't listen to broads.
Mistake, Lieutenant. Ethan Mars is innocent. I can prove it.
Oh god, this is still going. Also, are you guys like watching this? Have you noticed what's going on up here? Have you noticed that Ethan Mars has nothing to do with what's going on up here? Down. Okay. Gotta get the controller up a little bit so I can make those movements. Up. Up. And CPR.
Don't help me, son, please. Breathe. You gotta breathe.
Down, please don't do this to me now. Heavy rain, not now. This is not the time to start messing up the controller sensitivity. It's the whatever you call it.
Don't leave me. Sean, don't leave me.
You gotta keep doing it, dude. Just twice is not enough. Come on. Come on, let's keep going. No? Is he gonna breathe in real dramatically, or is it over? Really can't. It's hard to tell which way this game is gonna swerve. There we go. Okay.
Oh, Sean. Oh. Oh. I thought you were gone.
Oh yeah, I did do that with the finger, didn't I?
I knew you'd come and save me.
Oh yeah, if that actually was poison, that's
Sean, listen. You are the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I want you to know that whatever happens, I love you more than anything in the world. I'm not dead. I took the poison an hour ago, and I'm not dead.
Wow, almost like there's some variability in how your body absorbs toxins. Oh no, I'm sorry. It means he's fine, 100%.
Ash, get her out of my face.
Mars didn't do it, for Christ's sakes. He's innocent.
Hey, what are you doing?
Being cool. Doing something real cool. Oh god. Wrong way. There we go. Oh my god, 6-axis is going to get me killed.
Holy crap.
What?
What do we do, Lieutenant?
Attention all personnel, hold your fire. I repeat, hold your fire.
Don't shoot the journalist, I guess.
Madison? What's going on?
The cops. They're out there. They have the building surrounded. They'll shoot you if you go outside.
I'll go out alone. I'll talk to them. I'll explain.
You'll be dead before you can open your mouth. Look, we'll all go out together, with our hands in the air, and they can't possibly shoot us. I have the evidence that proves your innocence, Ethan.
Listen, I'm sorry I didn't trust you. I was only thinking about Sean, and I thought...
That's okay. The only thing that
Sean
matters is
appears
that
to
you
feel
saved
about
your
this
son.
romance about how I do. Okay, here we go. Buttons. Gotta hit the buttons. Avoid the sledgehammer. Up. Still going.
Save me. Please, save me.
Oh, do I have to? Fine. He's gonna pull me down instead. There we go. I can't let him fall into the crusher. I mean, I can, but you know. All right, I gotta play. This seems like one mistake and I'm done. Like more so than usual. All right. All right, now I can let him fall. Now it's cool. Okay. We're good. We're okay. Cowards. We're supposed to watch it happen. Then we get a big, like, we feel victorious because we spared him, but he still died in a really gruesome way. We killed him without sacrificing our morals in the process. You said you were going to have your hands up. Okay. Well, they haven't shot us yet.
There was general relief this morning when the police announced that they had found Sean Mars alive more than 4 days after his disappearance. Mars had been imprisoned in a well by the man known as the Origami Killer. The successful resolution of this case was made possible only by the bravery of Ethan Mars,
Only?
who the police believed at one point to be the killer. It is no doubt due to his great courage and tenacity that he succeeded in foiling the plans of the Origami Killer. The police commissioner presented him with an official apology today. Our main headline today: it is reported that the police have identified the man thought to be the Origami Killer. Scott Shelby, 48, is a former police lieutenant who claimed to be a private eye hired by the families of the killer's victims. Shelby was killed.
Hey, it's that
during a
weird
massive
suspicious thing that I
police
mentioned
operation.
way forever
Further
ago.
Details have not yet been released to the public.
So I guess I was not supposed to notice that his story for why he was investigating this was bullshit. But it's fine. What?
Is this where we're gonna live now?
Only if you really, really want to. Or we can keep on looking until we find something you like.
It doesn't matter where we live, as long as we're together.
So does he get
I will never
sole
let
custody
anyone
now?
Or anything separate us again. We're stuck with each other, kiddo. Like glue.
Or did he already have it?
Can I choose what my room is?
Sure thing, champ.
I guess I was never really clear what the divorce situation was. Or if there was a divorce.
All right, then I think we can stay here.
Hey, let's talk tonight.
Our next guest is rumored to be about to receive a Pulitzer Prize for her remarkable series of investigative articles about the Origami Killer case. Showing incredible courage, her daring intervention led to the arrest of the country's most wanted criminal and saved the life of a little boy. This evening, I welcome a woman who might well be the true definition of a heroine for the ages, Madison Page. Good evening. Thank you for agreeing to talk with us. Now, you've been
it's the same
described
shirt
as
she was
being
wearing, but
both
green.
determined and tenacious. Two qualities, no doubt, that were needed to see you through the dark hours of this unbelievable story. Were you afraid at any time?
I guess we're not doing that. Ah, yes, the mystery and thriller popular fiction of Heavy Rain. That thing that really happened in this universe.
Thank you, Miss Page. I really admire you for what you've done.
Thank you.
For John, please. We need more journalists like you, Miss Page. It's a good thing you were there to catch that bastard.
Thank you. What's your name?
Vincent. Excellent investigation, Miss Page.
Okay.
You are one brave lady.
Where is this going?
You deserve a better adversary. Somebody more ferocious.
Sequel hook? They never made a sequel. Okay. Hey, let's talk tonight.
Our guest today is on the cover of today's World magazine this week and has been hailed by the whole nation as a new hero for our times.
Norman?
Astonishingly, he almost single-handedly ended the sinister series of killings by the man known as the Origami Killer and saved the life of young Sean Mars. His determination, courage, and intelligence have won our admiration. Norman Jayden, good evening.
I wish I was in augmented reality right now. Ah, that whole drug thing never did go anywhere, did it? So, is that going to be the twist? Are we twisting? Is this finally where Heavy Rain gets completely stupid? Or are we done? Well, we threw out the drugs. You know, that hard plastic tube that flushes so well. Meanwhile, in the FBI... and Mars. Meanwhile, in Mars... oh, shit. What? We're just gonna ignore that, I guess. Oh no. They're still here. What? Okay.
You killed my son, Scott.
Yeah, you sure did. Probably.
Were you thinking about that when you held me in your arms?
Probably. Almost definitely, since that was the pretense for meeting you.
Nothing can justify it anyway.
Pretty much.
I feel nothing but contempt for you.
That's a lie, but you wish it wasn't.
Nothing but contempt.
67 to 2011. So, 44. I don't know. He seemed older than 44, but whatever. Oh, yeah, remember that? Okay. Can't forget that one. Didn't pull that one off. Nope. Remember when Blake beat up David Cage for no reason whatsoever? What was that? Cut off his finger with wire cutters, I guess? Yep. Yeah, I did that. I did this. Yep. I think I hit that prompt and jumped smoothly over. I don't remember. It might have hit me. Holy fuck. And yeah, who could forget the sexy dance? The failed sexy dance, actually. That was the one that didn't work. And yep, did that. Did murder a lot of people in that scene. And here's the credits. Which appear to have been, I don't know, something's not right here. It looks like it got deinterlaced really weird, but it shouldn't have been interlaced in the first place. Anyway, we'll see if there's another scene or anything. I really don't know, actually. If not, that was a really weird ending. Like, really confusing. Like, it seemed like they were dropping a whole bunch of stuff, and then it stopped. PS4 and Move Edition. So sad that I couldn't play this on the Move, but I got the 6-axis experience at least, despite being on PC. That was a real surprise when I found out that it still read that. I didn't think that was possible. But then again, the LED on the DualShock does turn on in various games, so I guess it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Okay. A lot of passerbys. I did not guess Scott for the killer. One person who was watching and was in the chat did say he thought it might have been Scott, but I did not agree. I say he, but I don't actually know the gender of that person who was in the chat. But yeah, it's that whole sequence with the typewriter and clock shop. Like, why did we go there in the first place? Why did Lauren have to be there when we killed that guy? And then called the cops. Like, she totally could have just like. It could have totally been like sometime when she wasn't there. I guess she did forcefully tag along, so I suppose that it was gonna happen that night anyway. But I don't know. I feel like it was not that immediately necessary for him to kill Typewriter Man. It's weird. That's probably the thing that makes the least sense out of that revelation. Just that whole sequence. Let me think. Like the part where you go to the party and confront the dude's son and all of that. That kind of makes sense because if he didn't kill that particular boy, he could just point to that and be like, see, it was him. It was him the whole time, not me. Nope, definitely not. So that kind of makes sense for why that scene was there. But I'm pulling a blank on that murder. And then he just, yeah, I guess going back. I mean, that whole scene was obviously revenge anyway, mostly. Probably doesn't actually make sense that he would spare the guy at the end, but that was up to player decision. I thought I gave a pretty decent explanation that it was a trade for information, and not any sort of not any sort of actual mercy. Let me see. That I don't know how Paco, the nightclub owner, I don't know how he fits into any of this. I guess that was just kind of he like owned that apartment that Ethan chopped his finger off in, and that was kind of it. He rented that out, and I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess you do that, and then the idea is you get the name out of him, the John Shepherd. But why did he have to die specifically now too? Why did all of the conspirators have to die? Yeah. Okay, that's it. Is Origami's grave? Is that the one that we did? Yeah. News report, a new start, heroin, case closed, Origami's grave. I guess that's I guess that's it. That's the ending that we get. Norman, I guess he took a trip to one too many times, and now he sees our augmented reality tanks in his everyday life. I guess. Scott's dead, obviously, and Lauren pissed off, and that was the end of that. Yeah, okay. Weird. There's probably a way to end there's probably a whole bunch of epilogue scenes depending on what you did. Then I'd guess the end credits play depending on what you get. Yeah. Let me just take a look here. I'm gonna pull up, do a quick search for Heavy Rain endings, and just see what's all possible. Because I'm not gonna play this again. That seems extremely unlikely. So let's look up and see all of the possible endings. Here we go. Let's see here. Right. Let me, there we go. Chapters. Alright, so what we got was a new start. And Ethan survives and is not imprisoned. Madison is either rejected or dead. Sean must survive. Let's see, there's innocent. Ethan is arrested. Sean survives and proves Ethan's innocence. The two are reunited. This is, I think this is Us Gamer that is telling me about these endings. Ethan's grave. Ethan dies. Origami Blues. Ethan escapes arrest, but Sean dies. And Helpless. Ethan is jailed and Sean dies. So I guess the innocent ending is also is the one, or maybe there's another, like a different, bigger ending if you hook up with Madison. Let's see, all Madison endings. Heroine. Ethan turns Madison's kiss down and doesn't forgive her. Madison survives and then Sean is rescued. Let's see. Square one. Ethan turns Madison's kiss down and doesn't forgive her. Madison does not obtain Sean's location, but does survive in the end. Dead Heroine. Madison dies. Great. Very, very subtle title. New Life. Ethan kisses and forgives Madison. Sean is rescued. I guess afterwards she shows up. She shows up in that apartment. Tears in the Rain. Ethan kisses and forgives Madison. Sean dies. All Scott endings. Let's see. The Origami's grave is the one that we got. The origami killer dies. Unpunished. Lauren dies and Scott survives. And A Mother's Revenge. Both Scott and Lauren survive. Not really any information on what any of those mean. Let's see. Norman endings. It's just see, Norman survives as does Sean in Case Closed. Smoking Mirror. Norman survives but Sean doesn't. Resignation. Norman survives but Sean is saved by someone else. And Uploaded. Norman dies. So that's weird. Let's see. The general thought of what the best ending is, according to Us Gamer, is Sean is saved, Ethan is innocent, the origami killer is caught, and Norman, Madison, and Ethan survive. That's pretty much what we did. So, yay, best ending. There's some pretty bad stuff that can happen in Heavy Rain, it says in the worst ending section. Most notable is the scenario in which Sean dies, yeah. Yeah, you don't... That would not be considered the good ending. Pretty much always leads to Ethan committing suicide. Alright. Norman can go mad from those magic glasses he's been using throughout the game, and Madison can be murdered while strapped to a torture table. So, yeah. That kind of stopped telling me what actually happens in the endings, but let's Alright, the Heavy Rain wiki actually has more information. Let me see. Okay, I'm specifically looking at the Norman section here, since I'm here. Okay. So the Yeah, there's the whole thing about his tryptocane, I guess is the name of the drug. That never actually came up while I was playing. Yeah, I don't know. You can look up all the endings and stuff. I'm just trying to see if there's anything particularly interesting. Lauren and at least one of the other playable characters must die in order for Scott to survive his epilogue. That kind of makes sense because we fought him. We had Norman fighting him, so I guess the loser would have died regardless. And it looks like Madison can also fight him. If Ethan arrives alone, he must choose not to shoot Scott and will be gunned down by the police as he leaves. That sucks. And if no one arrives at the warehouse, Ethan will die, as will Norman. Okay. So anyway, that's all of Heavy Rain. You can go look up the endings. It seems like you'd have to play through a really significant percentage of the game in order to see like any big changes. Like I'd say probably outside of a character dying, probably up to like probably the cutoff is when after you meet Ann Shepard and you do the final challenge and you get to the rat, all that. And probably after that is where it starts branching out. And you start getting, the various different things that can happen. But that's like 10 hours into the game, and I really don't feel like it. Any more concept art while we're here? Finish this off. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, talking too long at once. So yeah, we have I think I already looked through this one actually. Yeah. Concept art 7, there we go. This one's really slow for some reason. Seems to be mostly the club. I don't know. I largely enjoyed this game. It was dumb, sure. And yep, there's that scene where they were drowning. It was dumb, but there was there's an earnestness to it that I think from the later Quantic Dream games just kind of didn't feel like it. It felt like we are gonna make a cool murder mystery, and they kind of did. You could rip it apart all day. The characters are shallow. There's a lot of scenes that just don't need to be there. But overall, it is engaging. It kept my attention. That's kind of all you can really ask. I kind of like the office door opening into Mars. That's pretty cool. It's a neat touch that didn't really make it into the game. It's always interesting how these like choice and consequence games, like what oh god, there we go. What ends up being a an important choice, what ends up just sort of just totally falling flat. But everybody has their own way that they go through these things, and I think we made some pretty good choices. We got a pretty good ending. I don't know if it's the best ending. That seems to be a thing that doesn't really exist, but everyone except the origami killer survived, so we're gonna call it a win. Let's check out the trailer. There may be some content that's inappropriate for children. Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Can you confirm that your son has disappeared? Do you think your son is still alive?
Do they think it's the origami killer?
But it is.
Yeah, she disappeared.
My name is Scott Shelby. I'm a private detective. I'm investigating the case of the origami killer.
My name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I suppose I like to play the guardian angel.
Well paced, I don't know.
Ethan Mars has had psychological problems since his first son died. Feels responsible for his death. After one of our usual sessions, I found this on the floor. He must have fallen out of his pocket.
It looks like we got our origami killer.
Yeah!
Every available man to finding Ethan Mars, so that if he moves, we know about it.
Is it true? Are you the killer, Ethan?
The killer is walking around free as we speak.
That's interesting that they like did a whole trailer just from the PC version. Which makes sense. It's just the trailer for the PC version. Anyway, that'll do it. Thank you very much for watching, and if you happened to come across this on YouTube, just sorry about the first I was not actually locally recording for the first 20 minutes of this one, so that's why it looks like that. Which I guess I will probably say in that version of the video, but sorry about that. And yeah, please feel free to join me again. I'm not locking this down to a schedule because it's been kind of it's my work schedule is kind of unpredictable, and it's been kind of hard to fit specific like a specific 2 days of the week that I can absolutely do this for sure. But right now Friday is looking good, and that on that day, on Friday, or just if not, then I will mention this on the stream page. If not, we will I will put what I will. There will be a date for the next stream, and that stream, good lord, that sentence just sort of fell apart. The next stream is going to be Journey, another PS3 game, another PS3 game that got put on the Epic Games Store. So we're going to do that. That should just be one stream. It's going to be a light and pleasant game where you jump around. Dude's got a scarf. There's a desert. It's cute and it's charming. And I've never played it, so we're going to do that next time. And then after that, I'm probably going to uninstall the Epic Games Store because I have some issues with it, as it turns out. But yeah, thank you again, and we'll see you next time.